watch that cheer louder. Can we give him one more before he gets into the game, Singapore? I think that's pretty loud enough. All right, we'll throw it back to our casters.
Thanks, Lax and Lan M, Cinderin with Suns fan.
You're welcome.
Hello, Suns fan. Thank you. Liquid versus Aster, game number 2. And we're going to see a Matu morph, as we already discussed. We're going to see the Omni Knight support, which is a hero that didn't exist until recently, it feels like. Tell me what this hero offers.
Yeah, so Omni usually will, on level 1, skill Hammer of Purity, which is also what he has done here. So it's his trading ability in lane. You just do some damage and effectively trade HP off. You bring your tangos yourself and you try to trade with either the enemy support or the enemy offlane or whatever is better. And then later, okay, that's a start from Ori.
Yep, the hook looks good. He's all warmed up from game number 1.
Yep.
Just give me Pudge. This is an elimination game. Give me Pudge. I want to have fun.
I will say, to be honest, this has been one of Ori's most impressive heroes to watch this year. After it became relevant as a core hero, he's been one of the standout players on it, so I think Aster will feel confident having him running that. To finish off on the Omni thought, aside from this early laning trading that he does here with Boxy, who's pulling the wave, what Omni is going to offer is a lot of defense. It's one of the most defensive supports in the game. You have a strong heal, you have a Dispel that gives regen, and your ulti, obviously, the full physical block, which Liquid have done a very good job at. You know, with their lineup, they have solutions for Guardian Angel.
Okay.
Ori.
Yeah, he pops the Fairy Fire, so he's going to live as a result. Matu getting pretty low in the bottom lane, and Zai getting low in the top lane. Action in all three.
Bloodseeker in this lane, he would have a million move speed right now, but...
Talk to me about the mid matchup. So Ori on the Pudge, Mickey on the Storm Spirit. Pudge is just, I mean, we've talked about this hero a lot, but very level dependent.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's being played in core really gets benefited from his passive, which is now an active. He has great base damage. He can write good attack animation. Like, it's really hard to deal with this hero.
I think this lane is pretty dangerous for Storm, because if you do get hooked, you have no way of repositioning yourself. You have 285 move speed, so you can never outrange the Pudge.
Yeah.
Even if you Vortex, the slow isn't enough, slow yourself. So it's kind of a balancing lane where Pudge needs to gauge whether he can go for a kill or not. And if he can, and lands a hook, it probably just gets it. Oh boy, insane.
Yeah, dispose, and first blood this time goes to Aster.
Look at that. It's the same as last game. Marcy jumps Maiden and kills her in the same lane.
Marcy is, I mean, we talked about it. Wait, Primal Beast wasn't banned at all? Or was that in the second?
He was ignored, I think.
Completely ignored. Wow.
I believe so.
Yeah, Primal Beast and Marcy, we were both expecting to be the most picked / banned, but to get through at this late in the tournament, shocking.
Yeah, and there's that trade-off. Ori's going
Ori
for
with
it.
the rod. We got a TP coming in, but Boxy is a little too late. Gets the ice shards off.
He's level
Water
1
Rune
though.
is popped by Ori, and it looks like he's fine. Wants a high five. Will he get a high five back? No, Boxy just focusing on CS.
Oh, this is concerning for Liquid. Once Ori gets going on this hero, he has the ability to completely take over games. He's gonna now go and get the bounty rune for a refill.
Oh yeah,
Also gonna hook the Centaur for some added benefit.
Great.
Gonna get a Tango, a Heavenly Grace. Everything to make good old Pudge happy here. And yep, that solo kill mid is enormous. He's 600 net worth now ahead of that Storm. And the level advantage is nothing to ignore either. When Storm hits 6 after Pudge, he's constantly at risk. Any connection on a hook is a kill. You can even just walk up and dismember him if the lane positioning is unfortunate for Mikko. He's not paying attention or being careful enough all the time. Yeah, it's scary. This mid lane start for Liquid
is
definitely
not even taking into account that there's a Marcy on your team that has not even bothered to help out in mid lane because they don't need to, because he's winning that, and now they're going to go on top of Insania again as Matu trying to deal some damage to Boboka, but it looks like Insania will be the death for Liquid again. 0-2 thus far in this lane.
Yeah, Maiden Morph just not the strongest of lanes, especially in the early levels. Liquid obviously acknowledging that Morphling has a good core game, but the Marcy Jakiro lane, insanely strong matchup. Like, you're gonna hit level 3 now as well, Ori will.
Zai, they're gonna go on top of Monet here. Looks like they'll find the kill first before Zai ends up being the trade. So favoring Liquid here.
Yeah.
Siamese Cat just trying to harass Boxy away. The XXS tries to go for a cheeky rebound play, but Matu, as long as you get that strength off, you're not going to die in all likelihood here. And Ori, like you said, level 5 almost level 5.5 as Mickey just hits level 5 now, so he will have a kill opportunity. We'll see how passive Mickey will be at that point.
Mane is doing some serious damage to Boxy, not enough though. And yeah, this lane from Liquid, it's really fun to watch this lane because it feels so different from most of what we've seen. Not the Lesh Tusk is pretty common, right? But the Omni Sniper might be the first time this tournament this lane is even played, I would imagine. It's very special in the sense that Sniper has basically no way of repositioning himself, but Omni can make you strong enough to maybe stand your ground, even against Tusk Lesh. As long as there's creeps around that can eat part of the Edict, which, by the way, Zai isn't even skilling. He's going Lightning Storm stun for now, but Edict will be coming later. Perhaps it's enough. I also wonder how comfortable Liquid are playing against this matchup and Omni in general.
Boxy, he's in a rough spot. Gets off a nice ice shards, though. Boxy, one of the best Tusk players in the world, of course. We've seen this time and time again. Looking certain death in the eye as poking onto the range creep.
And might have wanted the siege, actually, but...
Yeah, possibly. Either way, the next creep should get him to level 6, and that is where Mickey has to be extremely careful. But Ori's taking a lot of damage here, so we'll see. Has 10 wand charges right now.
It is power rune time, though.
Yep, there it is.
And he's going to go for it right away.
Immediately, here comes the snowball to try to cancel, but the damage is already done on Mickey. Another TP to come out from Insania. Mickey dies first, though, as Baboka is the one technically getting credit for that one. Zai, in the meantime, has to TP back to Fountain in the top lane.
Yeah, so the trade-off here is it's a 1-for-1 kill, but Liquid have to bring 2 supports mid to get the trade, and obviously that leaves their side lanes exposed, and Aster identify that and immediately take advantage of that top. Lesh is not a good hero 1v2. This hero thrives on playing with ideally a melee 4 that can set him up and tank some damage, go first. Once that's out of the window, even a lane like Sniper Omni can actually just bully you out. Put on a little bit of a Hammer of Purity and a Shrapnel and just run Lesh down, and he has to back. So,
talk to me about back to Pudge, of course, because I can't stop talking about this fat guy, but
understandable.
Ori has his phase boots. He's going for the casual cloak into Ag. That's really fast.
Yeah.
Is that because he's owning right now?
It's that, and he has Omni, right? I think that that extra layer of protection really helps in speeding up your hero going for a faster pace. So I don't mind it. We've seen some different builds on Pudge. We've seen Blink Rush was popularized, especially in the China region earlier this year. Cloak into Ags has been run without Omni as well, so it's not like the first time. We've seen Hood into Ags. We'll see. If he dies once, he might just buy a Hood for value. But as long as he's balling like this, I mean, he has died once. If he dies again.
Yeah, but that death, it was a good trade.
It was a trade.
They got the XP.
Oh, close to hitting that hook on Mickey. Had the ward seeing Mickey's movement, which he's now going to ping, is like, why on earth would Ori ever hook here unless he saw me on a ward? Yeah. But Ori did not count correctly with the, didn't account for Storm's slow movement speed and threw the hook out too early. Mickey obviously not even having boots will make that movement.
Imagine being that slow and it benefiting you as Mickey gets out the Electric Vortex. Boxy is here as well. Ice shards to connect onto Ori. He's stuck here. Gets off the hook though. Instantly cancel on the Dismember, so no kill comes out from Aster this time. But that is a haste rune.
Oh, this rune is insane on Pudge.
Indeed. And just like that, Mickey zips as far away as he can, knowing that he can't really contest here.
Or he's going to see Boxy. He might just go for it. No, it's not.
It's not
so
it's time.
Keep in mind, Ori's going for a pretty standard Pudge build here. He's going 1-3-2, which means when he activates Flesh Heap, it blocks all of the self-damage from Rot. This spell gains so much from the second point. And when you have that haste rune, you can just run at people with Rot and Flesh Heap on the duration, usually enough to find a key kill in a fight. So you've got to be very, very careful as Liquid around the map right now.
Yep, and they actually just drew. I believe that was Boxy. They know that this gank attempt is happening. Zai TP's out.
Honestly, I'm really impressed.
Good attempt from Ori.
Yeah, good read.
Pop the haste now and get back to mid.
Great read from Zai to TP there, because I think a lot of players in that situation just start running and probably get out from running, aside from the obviously Pudge connection there. So he knew that that was a haste play coming in when Sniper started playing aggro and instantly TP'd away, so well done. Still a very Aster favored early game. Last game was a lot more even at this point.
Yeah, but with all this this movement, it's kind of created some space here for Matu to catch up a bit. He's top 2 net worth right now, so he's off to a pretty good start. He, of course, Went for, oh, he's going straight Lincolns right away. First item. This is like super old school.
It's pretty old school. It's not a build we see
Rebound
right now.
Sania is eventually, surely Crystal Maiden doesn't run away from somebody. Surely he is dead. They want Ori to try to get these Flesh Heap stacks. The hook connects, and Ori gets another Flesh Heap stack to his name, which is now at 3. But yeah,
that might be the longest that Maiden escaped from King ever.
So that was like, I thought it was slow motion at first. Big zip in with a connection from Boxy. They're focusing on Baboka. They get him. Mickey a little bit low on mana as Ori is now TP'd in. Looking for a connection of their own, faking the hook, not going to go for it.
That was with the power rune picked up from Mickey. He got a double damage, and that enabled that play to be very swift. So immediately converting that to a support kill. Not the biggest, but it's still nice for Liquid to force rotation, if nothing else, from Aster. They do get the TPs in toward mid, which I think arguably are worth more than the kill itself in that instance. Just getting Ori as well as Pichu's TPs on cooldown. It could potentially open up for something here up top. Boxy is thinking about it. He's getting level 6 from the next creep in Fog. But Pichu in a very good position here, covering Monet, and it is a difficult kill. Keep in mind, if he Heavenly Graces at the right time and removes multiple abilities, Monet just gets that bit stronger. That could keep him alive. He also has Raindrop and a decently charged up wand. So this play probably does not actually exist for Liquid. Hook, Matsu with a quick wave form.
They could just go for the tier 1 tower on top of the Omni Knife potentially. Gets off the Heavenly Grace, but Boxy, he's the one kind of isolated right now. The snowball is going to buy him a little bit of time, but he's just going to get right-clicked by Monet. So a really easy kill here from Aster.
Yeah, and Liquid even brought a Maiden for that just to die in a 2v3. That feels really bad. You're the one allocating resources to try to threaten the sniper, and he's just standing his ground, showing to be way too powerful with the Omni Knight behind. You kind of settled for trying to go on the Omni, but just not possible.
Oh, we got Ori. He's going to get the Dismember up, but that's against another punch named Matu. Trying to get off a little bit of damage here, but he's going to get Ice Path inside the Macro Pyre. Hook back into the fray, and down goes Matu. Zip back in, but now the Heavenly Grace comes out as Mickey has to walk away in shame. Aster here in numbers. Not sure if they see Insania, but
yeah, he's got no resources left.
He's a pig.
Oh, this is one way Maiden can escape for a few seconds, but now
hook potential. Oh! Crystal Maiden jukes in slow motion, but XXS is here. And again, the longest chase of Insania's life, but he created a little bit of space.
Hey, you'd think it's impossible for him to beat his record from 2 minutes ago, but here we are. He actually kited them for a good half minute there. That, if you're a Maiden, you take that. That feels pretty good, actually.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Splitter the connection. There's Matu coming in with the waveform. Monet's just going to get right-click down in Oblivion, but Ori is coming into the fray as well. He's going to get stunned right off the bat. Is this the 3 versus 1 against this tanky Pudge? Splitter connects. This is going to be a huge kill for Liquid if they're able to grab him, and it looks like they will. A little bit late on the Heavenly Grace for Siamese Cat. So 2 core kills for Liquid.
Yeah, and a tower. That could not have gone any better. And not a ganking duo you would expect in that instance as Monet. It's the Lesh Morph gank in the side lane. And the TP too late from Ori, and Omni Knight did not have one, I believe, so couldn't show up and protect in time. A big moment for Liquid, just recovering a lot of their early game deficit there with 1 swift move. They find 2 cores in a tower. Doesn't get much better than that.
That was a savior friend syndrome domino effect. Something. But on the bright side for Aster, Ori is more than halfway to his Ags, and once he gets that against a Lesh, against a Morph, it still works that way in Morph, right? The health reduction. Actually, can't remember anymore.
Yeah,
that was changed.
It should favor Aster.
So a really good Pudge Ags game.
I'll cancel the Pudge out there. I'll cancel it. I think we can kill him too. Got it? No cancel anymore.
His thing is running out. Yeah.
Yes,
Fucking get it, boys. I said only cup 2, only cup 2.
They sound very happy all the time, don't they?
They do. I mean, it did win game 1.
That's true.
That'll help.
Indeed. Ice Path not able to connect here. But yeah, I mean, this game was definitely Aster favorite, but that one move, it felt like it brought Liquid back into the game, and it's essentially even for net worth-wise, at least. You can see Zai still working on a Bloodstone. Obviously, position 3 is not going to farm nearly as fast as the usual mids that we've been seeing. Mickey getting relatively close to finishing the Sange Kaya. And of course, on Matu's side, let's go back to this Lincoln Sphere. This is like a Dota 1 classic. Literally every game you buy this first item. And then early games of Dota 2, it kind of transitioned over and then disappeared pretty much. I don't remember why at this point. More items were added.
Yeah, a lot of the times you would see now, I think most Morphlings buy Falcon Blade into something else than Lincolns. There's like plenty of item builds you can go on this hero, but I'm just looking for the reasoning for the Lincolns. If is it Dismember, is it Dispose?
Oh, Mickey zips in, but there's 3 members of Aster. He doesn't seem to give a crap about it. There goes the Guardian Angel, and Mickey's just gonna get punished right off the bat. And Aster super happy with this exchange as Insania baiting them into a potential chase of the lifetime again, but they will give up on that.
You can't underestimate how much Omni does in these situations. If you're jumping a support and you're like, man, he's low, I can get this kill. Omni casts Heavenly Grace and a level 1 Purification, and Baboka all of a sudden wasn't even remotely close to dying.
Yeah.
But Mickey needs backup. This is not the greatest Storm game to solo kill in, because the enemy supports are actually relatively tanky, right? There's a Jakiro, there's an Omni. If you want to get a solo kill on either, you really have to burst your entire mana pool away, and then you might not even be able to get out afterwards, so might have had to wait for the Sange Kai there. That could have made the difference, potentially.
And Ori destroying an illusion here as we're going to see a bunch of items picked up. So Bloodstone for Zai, and we saw Ori's Aghanim Scepter now being completed.
Pudge is insanely strong right now. He's easily the strongest hero on the map. If he has Omni Knight protection and he gets Flesh Heap off, I think Liquid genuinely can't even kill him with 5 heroes during the duration of Flesh Heap plus Heavenly Grace. So they've got to be pretty strategic about how they approach this fight. Ori has queued up his next item. It's going to be the Blink Dagger. So, well, they're going to go on him top here. Flesh Heap is
going to try for it. Ice Shard's blocking him in. Nobody nearby, but he's going to get the Dismember instantly canceled thanks to the Split Earth from Zai. But this Rot is decimating them as Zai forced the TP out, but the hook back in. Split Earth is coming. He's faking it out. Doesn't do enough damage, though, as Zai can just be walked down on. Ori with another stack of Flesh Heap. That's up to 7.
Yeah. They need more heroes than that. That doesn't cut it. It looks juicy, right? It looks tempting. He's even half duration Flesh Heap when they initiate. All it takes is for one support to show up, and Ori can clean house there, and that's...
And Aster back to 2K now.
It feels like Liquid will not make that mistake again. It's kind of like you're testing the limits. Are you able to pull that off? The answer is no. Next time you're bringing probably the Storm or the Morph to make sure you get that done. But it's a costly learning experience. It's 2 heroes dead. It's almost a mid-tier 1. It's more Flesh Heap stacks like we talked about. And something else I guess we didn't mention. Marcy with Pudge is pretty interesting too, just for the rebound move speed. This hero isn't too fast, but effectively giving him haste when he initiates, he jumps on him. XXS will finish the tower here, no problem.
Yep, not really defended. Rebound, looking for an opening, but none to be found yet. Mickey's going to be shown, but no Blink Dagger yet there for the instant initiation from Ori.
We see Matu going for pretty standard morph here. One of the best items to get against Pudge with the Ags. The stat steal is very powerful, and you steal this obviously stat resistance as well, so you can maybe lock onto him and bring him down. It's the linkage that's a little bit unusual, I would say. Maybe we're talking about that a bit too much for it's not like
let's bring it up for the 3rd time.
It's not like an insane rarity, but I think a lot of players in this spot would have gone for a cheaper build-up with Falcon Blade into the Ags, or maybe
well, I would say
maybe it's a Manta game. I don't know.
First item is variant. Yeah. But there's Dismember, there is Dispose, and there's Assassinate.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yep.
So, I mean, that's one argument is Lincoln's is extremely good when there's only 3 things that cancel, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's also a feel-good item in terms of like being full health and mana when you're pushing around the map in terms of farming. It is a good item on the hero, but...
They're hunting a sniper, but he has a lot of distance there. Boxy looking for an opening.
He has the pike, though. This is not easy.
Yeah, and he's going to use it prematurely there.
They're spam pinging it out. They know.
Good awareness there from Aster as their lead continues to grow. Now at 4K with the Blink Dagger now online on Ori. So he can just jump in. I would assume a BKB would be next.
Let us fight.
As Zai and Boxy just have to try to keep Aster at bay a bit. And you know what this conversation's going against, Cinderant.
Yep.
Who does it benefit?
The tier 5 neutral. Roche.
The same joke every time. Eventually somebody will laugh.
That's the thing, though. When you get toward the end of the tournament, you run out of content, right? It's the same with the teams. But actually, the drafts have been pretty creative today, so that's been pretty cool.
True.
Roche, I guess if Boxy had more levels in tag team, probably the Radiant is the faster Roche killers, but overall, Marcy will always be one of the best heroes at doing it as a core. Level 2 Unleash with 4 in Sidekick. Speaking of which, Mickey.
Oh, zips just in time. Wants to get a little bit aggressive, but he's outnumbered.
He'll get out.
Be able to get out.
Good reaction. If that connects, that could have been really scary. But yeah, I guess either team can Roche relatively quickly if they find 1 or 2 core kills, and that looks to be the game plan here for Aster. They're rotating top to start taking control of this area so they can start threatening Roche. And if Liquid is showing 2 cores on the enemy side of the map or something like this, you could just sneak it with Marcy plus Sniper, I guess. I guess actually, they're pretty good at killing it. So, both teams looking at it more and more. Yep, there we go. They see cores bottom. Well, it's only 1 core in the Lesh, but let's see if he pops the Unleash or not. XXS is holding on to it, so this will be a slower kill than what it could be, but does offer the protection of, in case a fight breaks out, he has that BKB Unleash, which is very, very powerful. And yeah, Aster know that they don't need it at all to kill it. They will grab it. Looks like it's going on Monet again, like last game. Could have seen it on Pudge in this one, honestly.
We could have.
Definitely think Ori is in a position to just go crazy with an Aegis,
but it seems
rather protect Monet.
Yeah, Monet always gets the Aegis. That's what we've learned here. No matter the hero. Onto the high ground, the hook connects. But see Insania trying to get away, but some good moves. Not going to be enough, though. Split Earth onto the Sniper is the rest of Liquid trying to get away in this bot lane. Shrapnel slowing him to a crawl. Zai continuing to get headshot. Do they have the stun? They do. Ori with a double kill across the map. Now top lane, looks like Liquid want to try to get something out of this.
Mickey's out of mana.
He is. I don't know if he can get this kill. Has to TP out. Will live, but no kill for Liquid at all.
If Aster had any TP with a stun there, that could have been a dead storm, but they're all on cooldown or unavailable. So Mickey, I mean, that was just a full-on global fight, top to bottom to top again. Very understandable that Mickey tries for it with how many heroes from Aster rotated, but again, Storm just doesn't have enough in the tank to solo even the Jakiro.
XXS, that's who they want. Boxy has a Blink Dagger, Walrus punch as well, but XXS gets off his BKB and Unleash, and now he wants to fight because Ori has come to play. Matu, nice save on the Boxy. But it's going to cost them the Crystal Maiden again. It could have been a lot worse for Liquid, but Aster able to keep their position 3 Marcy alive.
All things considered, that was not too terrible. Matu showing up with the Ags there. Definitely helping out against the Pudge.
About to zip in, they're trying to take out the Omni Knight. The hook from Matu, that is enough for a kill, but the instant initiation from Ori, they delete Boxy from the map, so it's a 1-for-1 in this little mini engagement. XXS, he's going to get split Earth with Matu just right-clicking him. Looks like that's going to be enough with the adaptive strike as well. And Aster, like they're going to retreat despite having the Aegis for another 3 minutes.
Nice dodge on the hook there from Liquid. Both of their heroes sidestepped it to the right. If that connects this fight, it's totally different, but they dodged that Ori play. And also great play call there from Mickey to go for the Omni in this situation. It's not an obvious move that you're able to pull this off, but with the hook connection from Matsu, they get that kill. Sure, the trade-off for the Tusk isn't the best, but it's good enough. When Omni's out of play, suddenly you can access new targets. You know there's no BKB on XXS, and that dodge on the hook, crucial for how this fight plays out. Zai would have been in a very precarious position there, but gets to just run away and reset.
Now we joke that Matu doesn't play Morphling, and he's not really, he's playing Pudge, right? That's probably the reason he was laughing. Looking forward to getting that Agnum Scepter and turning into a big, juicy boy. I mean, how much stats does he get from that when he turns into a strength hero?
So you steal 20% of their strength. And then he steals 40% status resist because it's a strength hero.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's very meaningful.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Still, obviously, part of the equation that Ori does have the Omni Knight. We cannot forget how much that matters in this instance, because even if Morph steals away a lot of Pudge's tank ability, Pudge is there, or Omni's there to return it to him.
Yep, true.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
There will be a tower for Aster bottom. Zaya's doing a lot of damage top from the fog with
I mean, kind of what it feels like he needs to do at this point. It's only a 3k lead though for Aster, but again, with the Aegis and now knocking on the high ground on the tier 3 bottom.
It's a slightly different vibe to this than the last push they did last game in a similar situation. Feels like they're in a stronger spot.
Yeah, and Monet continuing to get sidekicks, which he didn't get last game, so we'll definitely expedite the high ground offense.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Top lane was being pressured a bit by Mata, actually forced out a fortification from Aster.
Foxy there.
But Ori, he wants to go in deep. Instant initiation, counter initiation from Liquid. Snowball connects, the zip in by Mickey, pops the BKB as well, but he gets dismembered. He's gonna die inside the BKB. No! Zips away with just a sliver of HP. Now can go heal up in the fountain. Now that the BKBs are down on Aster, but the hook comes out from Ori. Zai gets off the Bloodstone, but it matters not. The rot is too powerful. Now this Rax is under peril.
They're still pretty sustainable, Aster, with the Omni Knight. A lot of the time, Storm in situations like this can start finding kills when heroes stick around for too long, but Aster are not phased, they're not worried. They have enough in the tank to keep the heroes safe. You even see the salve here from XXS going to be up to full health again. And it's like nothing happened for Aster. The only thing that's really on cooldown here that matters is the Marcy BKB.
Oh, the blink hook, dismember, death for Insania. Aegis is down, but this is gonna be a full set of racks now. Ori has a BKB. I mean, not that they could kill him anyway before that.
Yeah. I guess the silver lining here for Liquid is that Mickey survived because of the status resistance on Kai Assange, right? He would have died
that's a good
otherwise. So, I mean,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
it's a very thin silver lining. It's like, it could have been worse, but essentially you got basically nothing and lost a full lane. And Aster are gonna start looking to push out the other 2 lanes on the map to keep this pressure. Now, bottom lane's going to be a constant issue that Liquid have to deal with to get pushed out, and that means Aster will look to push out mid first and actually making a rotation toward top, feeling like they could find Mickey up here. This time he will have BKB again. It's been that long. Pichu's taking the outpost. That will be a giveaway to Mickey that they fear. He also has a ward there, keeping him safe.
Ori is eyeing a Shiva's as the next item.
He is. It's kind of incredible that Matu has higher net worth than him, actually. I just looked and I was like, that's very surprising. Ori has 10 kills.
Doesn't feel like it.
Like 200 CS, but Matu has almost 300.
He did go Lincoln, so it's not really a damage build, right?
Right.
But now he's going Scotty. He's only a point booster away. But I feel like it's going to be one item on top of the Scotty before he's really dishing out damage, like a butterfly or whatever he wants to end up going.
Damage.
I mean, is there any? No, you're not going to go BKB this game. It's way too defensive on top of the
Dire's
Lincolns.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, you probably don't go BKB
Radiant's
at least
top
yet.
tower is under attack.
I don't know what the best option he has really is. Can you even go like Daedalus after this? Just really hard commit on the damage part so you have a way of killing Pudge? Because I feel like that's what this game comes down to right now. For Liquid, the problem is they don't kill the heroes they need to kill. Aster's lineup's just way too tanky of a wall, and they're so confident they're going to go up without Aegis. Almost landing the hook there, already trying for a blind one into the tree line. This is a possible fight for Liquid because there's no Aegis this time on Sniper, but if Aster continue to have good formation and very good coverage with wards from the right, it's hard to find that attack angle that Liquid need, and Aster are going to constantly pressure this tower with Liquid Fire, with Shrapnel plus attacks from Sniper.
Yeah, there's dip on in. They want to get the Omni Knight immediately. Will they get him? He gets 4 steps to safety. There's the Guardian Angel just in time, and Mickey has to buy back after dying right off the bat, and Matu is dead as well. A terrible fight for Liquid as the BKBs have come out from Aster. Now they can just focus down Zai. Another death, another kill from Monet. Ultra kill overall. Ori wants another hook. He gets it. Mickey completely out of mana. as Monet trying to finish the job, but able to zip away is Mickey again, but Foxy slowed to a crawl and a rampage. Monet just sitting in the back while his fat friend does all the work, and he gets 5 to his name.
Just an insane strategy from Aster, but I really think Liquid's idea of jumping the Omni Knight there feels like the only possible way that they can win a fight. And Aster were just quick enough to react. I think it was a defensive dispose from XXS that threw Omni away. He gets Guardian Angel off, and the moment that happens, the fight is actually lost. I think it doesn't matter what Liquid do after that point. They just need to try and disengage and look for a better opportunity, but it's too late. They can't get out. Pudge gets on top of them with a rot. They lose a lot of heroes. Oh, try here.
Yeah, Mickey. Oh my god, the damage.
Don't underestimate Monet. He's just picked up a Silver Edge. He hits really damn hard now. They do get the melee Rex.
Oh, and there's a double damage.
And there is a Roche in a minute 20, which neither team knows, obviously.
This was the attempt to delete Siamese Cat, but he got off the Guardian Angel, and Liquid just lose the fight after that.
There's just way too much damage. Matsu can't stand his ground. He's pretty tanky, right? He's got Lincolns, Ags, Scotty, and he turned into Pudge, I think. Didn't matter. It's way too much damage.
Got it.
This Aster lineup just proving to be formidable so far in the game. And if they... Oh.
Okay, Insania, he's
He
dead.
went scouting. He found them.
Yeah, we can see that Roche won't be up for another 45 seconds, so Aster just biding their time. Just want to play disciplined Dota, make sure they don't throw any leads.
Here's the tricky part for Liquid, though. If they give away this second Roche, I think the game is effectively lost. But the Roche will spawn before Insania is up. So if Aster are in position at the time it spawns, they could effectively force a 5v4. And even if it's just the Maiden, it's still a pretty crucial thing for Liquid to not have there. It's a Force Staff that's out of play, it's an AoE slow that's out of play.
Top barracks are under attack.
Aster just needs to keep scouting it, and if they recognize it, they will be able to grab it for free.
And I believe a courier will be sitting in the Roche pit.
Radiant's
Never
middle
mind.
tower is under attack.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work anymore. But Roche
Matsu
number
will
2
try
is
to
up.
force them back. I like this. This is another approach, maybe. Maybe you can defend Roche by pushing bottom. Force a rotation, but Aster just elect to use the glyph here to maintain Roche control, rather than TP back basically any hero that could have defended that tower.
Yeah, I think Matu's gonna... Maybe they just give up the Aegis and Shard and try to get a Rax themselves. Matu going to town on this tier 3, but it's gonna force the TP out. Under Jakiro actually cancels it.
But Matu will still be scared off, and that is the Roche. And now the problem for Liquid is, okay, so it's extremely hard to take this fight that you kind of have to take, so you're going to try to make this split push play, but the only lane you can split is the one that the enemy team has strong creeps in. So Aster is just going to force down mid, and the bottom lane will defend itself no problem unless Matu knocks on the front door. He's the only hero that can do anything about it. He's not doing it. Too many heroes missing on Aster, he doesn't feel safe.
Monet with the Aegis, he takes the Shard as well, so has the concussive grenade. Even more slippery. It feels like the initiations from Mickey are pretty crucial. And this feels like a game you need to go Ags or something, but he's just going to be too far away. Actually, the Orchid is a good choice against the Omni Knight.
Yeah.
That is one way to try to counteract. But the problem is he has an Aeon Disc, he has a Force Staff. That's going to be
They actually can't prevent him from getting spells off anymore. It's just impossible with the lineup they have.
Need to get a Nullifier, which is very expensive.
Nobody wants to buy it.
Yeah.
They have no Dispel for him at all, and yeah, he just needs to not get chain stunned to death and silence. Just get a Force Staff ulti off and a Heavenly Grace, and he's basically done his job. So yeah, so that play is out of the window now too. Pichu identifying that is the one play Liquid had based on the previous fight, and he's eliminating that one. So if Liquid can't force them back, they have no reposition. I mean, they have an offensive Force Staff on Insania. I'm starting to look for kind of desperate approaches because it feels like...
Force Staff into the splitter that is already on the ground.
I mean, otherwise this just happens, right?
Oh my god!
All right.
All right.
That was close.
That hook went right through the 2 polygons that exist for Morphling. Not including the cosmetics, of course. Very quick fingers from Matu, but again, they are on the back foot. BKB picked up by Zai.
Yep.
And this is... Like, they have good defense with Lesh. And the Tusk to some degree as well.
They just have absolutely zero map control, right? That's the problem. Bottom is pushing in, mid is pushing in, and top is now also starting to cross the halfway mark. And if Aster want, they can cut the next wave top. So Liquid are completely cornered. Mato's going to turn into Sniper, so taking away some of that edge.
Monet takes a little take aim action to himself. Little right-click action from Matu, but I mean, they're delaying it, but again, the lead is still growing in Aster's favor. There's no technical rush for them.
And Aster's probably going to find this ward now, too, that is giving Liquid some really good information, right? Because now this camp is blocked, and they're like, wait, what? And there we go. So the last little bit of vision that Liquid had left, given away by the camp itself. And you might wonder, like, why do you place a ward there? Isn't that going to be obvious to the enemy team when the camp doesn't spawn? Yes, but at the same time, it's really not an obvious spot to place it to begin with. So the sentries that you usually put in this area, which you see from Aster, the first sentry that they have did not find the ward, but ultimately they get it.
Yeah, looking for the jump onto Matu. They're all smoked on the low ground. Overwhelming blink, not quite up yet for Ori, but
yeah, this is kind
ready
of
to go.
telegraphed because nobody is, like, Zai is getting pretty far top.
Yeah, they
Nobody's
scanned
showing
it.
mid.
They just scanned it right now. Trying to delete the ward. They do so. The hook is in, but Ori not able to connect. Aster having to reset, still with a minute 20 on the Aegis. Now they can just do the old sniper trick again. Get this tower kill. That's the biggest thing preventing them from getting into the high ground anyway, on top of the splitter, of course. Lincoln's is popped now. Hook not connecting again from Ori, but there's the punch from Boxy into the hook from Matu. Already half HP on Monet, but again, he still has the Aegis, and Zai getting destroyed. My goodness, he melted. Friesenfield comes out just for a split second, but it matters not. A second death for Liquid. Hook on into Monet, but he gets a concussive grenade off again. And Liquid crumbling here in game number 2. Aster coming back with a vengeance, looking to get the mega creeps. Buyback comes out on Matu as one last potential stand here from Liquid. McKay not able to do too much. A nice ice path comes out into the dual breath. They find the Pudge finally, but how much is it going to cost them? Boxy ticking away ever so slowly. Matu, the last remaining member of Liquid after the buyback now. He turns into Pudge, or he's still Pudge in fact. Has the rot, just getting kited. Finally gets disposed back into the ice path, and he's actually staying alive thanks to the strength morph. Has to reset back into the fountain. Boxy has to be careful. This would be a dieback for him. He's gonna tick away.
Matu had 6,000 health because he also had the strength from Pudge.
That is a very beefy boy as the mega creeps now come out. Aster, massive advantage here. GG still not called. That's only a matter of time here as the last tier 4 will fall. Matu and Zai trying to get something up. Really want to kill Monet now that the Aegis is gone, but the ice path is there. Hurricane Pike on top, and that is going to be the death of Liquid in game number 2. So Aster, they come back really nicely to push this to 3 games.
Yeah, that's got to be really good for their confidence, you know. In that first game, the first game was really close. There were plenty of opportunities in that game.